How Facebook engineered the breakdown of human connection. Facebook began as a social network designed to help users connect with friends and family, emphasizing personal interaction and chronological sharing. For years, this model supported direct, interpersonal communication. Wall posts, photos, and status updates were central to the experience. However, beginning in the mid-2010s, Facebook underwent a major transformation. In an effort to compete with platforms like YouTube and later TikTok, it shifted toward an algorithm-driven news feed that prioritized video content, especially autoplay videos and live streaming through Facebook Live. This marked a move away from active social engagement toward passive content consumption, mirroring the lean-back experience of television. The shift, though beneficial for user retention and advertising revenue, came at a cost: declining meaningful interactions, growing user detachment, and public criticism over the platform's influence on relationships and social behavior. In 2025, Facebook launched a redesigned Friends tab in the US and Canada, signaling a partial return to its foundational values. This updated feature now exclusively displays content from users' confirmed friends, including posts, stories, reels, birthdays, and friend requests, completely removing algorithmic recommendations and sponsored posts from the tab. Previously limited to friend suggestions and pending requests, the tab can now be accessed via the home feed or bookmarks and pinned through settings. Facebook positioned this update as part of a broader initiative to revive OG original features that prioritize personal connection over engagement-based content. This redesign is an apparent response to years of criticism regarding how algorithmic curation has reshaped digital interaction and contributed to social fragmentation. The turning point in Facebook's design philosophy can be traced back to 2014, when the platform began heavily promoting video content. The introduction of autoplay video, combined with a growing emphasis on viral engagement, significantly altered how users consumed content. By 2016, Facebook Live was prioritized in the news feed, and video view counts were a key performance metric, even though internal investigations later revealed inflated view times due to a miscalculation in the system, prompting a lawsuit and public backlash. These changes moved Facebook closer to a TV model of engagement, favoring passive viewing over interactive dialogue. Although the company announced an algorithm update in 2018 to prioritize meaningful social interactions, internal documents disclosed by whistleblower Frances Haugen in 2021 revealed that engagement-driven algorithms continue to amplify divisive and sensational content, undermining the stated goals of reform. Determining whether Facebook's shift toward passive video consumption constitutes criminal irresponsibility involves complex legal standards. Current laws in most jurisdictions do not criminalize algorithmic design decisions unless they directly result in illegal activity, such as fraud, incitement, or willful negligence causing demonstrable harm. Despite growing concerns, Facebook and similar platforms are largely shielded by Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act of 1996, which provides immunity from liability for content posted by users and grants broad discretion over content moderation and curation practices. This legal structure has enabled platforms to implement recommendation systems that prioritize user engagement without facing legal consequences for their societal impact. Nonetheless, critics, including lawmakers, researchers, and advocacy groups, have characterized these decisions as ethically irresponsible, citing links to political polarization, deteriorating mental health, and erosion of real-world relationships. Legacy communication laws enforced by the Federal Communications Commission, FCC, such as those regulating phone services and broadcast television, do not apply to social media platforms. These laws were crafted under the assumption that certain communication services either used public spectrum or operated as essential utilities, thus requiring obligations of neutrality, access, and public accountability. Facebook, however, is legally categorized as a private service provider, not a common carrier or broadcaster. Therefore, It is exempt from traditional FCC oversight, and not subject to content standards or access requirements. Section 230 further entrenches this exemption by explicitly distinguishing interactive computer services from regulated communications carriers. As a result, although Facebook's platform exerts a profound influence on public discourse and personal relationships, it operates outside the regulatory frameworks that govern legacy communication systems. The introduction of the Friends tab may reflect an attempt by Facebook to address past criticisms and recapture the platform's original purpose. However, the underlying architecture of algorithmic engagement remains intact. The company's core business model continues to rely on personalized feeds designed to maximize time spent on the platform, and exposure to advertising. Voluntary adjustments like the Friends tab may improve user experience for some, but they do not resolve the deeper structural issues tied to algorithmic amplification and corporate incentives. As public concern grows and regulatory debates intensify, the broader question remains: can platforms that have contributed to widespread social harm be trusted to self-correct, or is formal oversight required to realign digital communication with the public good? The damage done by Facebook's design choices over the past decade cannot be undone by interface tweaks alone.